Good evening. It is Monday, March 31st, Tikkun Olam.
All right, welcome everyone. I think we are starting out with the bar, Rabbi Ike.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we're about to start the third book of the Torah. So that's where we are this week. So starting Leviticus, starting Vayikra, uh, this very exciting section where we talk about all the different kinds of sacrifices that our ancestors brought to the temple. So in
That was sarcastic. I'm doing for the hearing impaired. That was sarcastic.
Like only slightly, right? I mean, according to tradition, this is actually where we're supposed to start with students when they first come to Cheder, is you're supposed to start with the Vayikra and Leviticus. And I do think that some of that is if you can make this interesting, then you can make anything in the Torah interesting. So that's kind of part of it. There was also the tradition when a child started the Cheder that they'd give him some honey so that the words of Torah would be sweet in their mouths, and so that you could associate the section about sacrifices with sweetness rather than something else. Um, the interesting thing for me about sacrifice, of course, we don't do this anymore. I mean, we don't bring animals and fruit to the synagogues, to Macomb or wherever else we may live, right? 2,000 years ago when the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, sacrifice was replaced with prayer. So the prayer services 3 times a day replicate the 3 times a day that people would bring sacrifice. But perhaps more importantly, it's a reminder that what we're doing here at Tikkun Olam, isn't just something we do when we feel like it, or something we do out of the goodness of our hearts, or even the word charity, right? That's not really where it comes from in Judaism. Instead, it's a commitment. Right? We are supposed to bring sacrifice. We're supposed to do what we can to make the world better. So it's not just a luxury for when you have time, or when you have a couple of pennies to put into the pushki or whatever. It's really a way of life, and that may explain some of Judaism's longevity through all of these centuries. That we have kept our community alive, and we've kept other people alive with this sense of responsibility that we have to the world, and it's also one of the things we try to impress on the generation to come, the ones ahead of us, that right, we have a responsibility to make the world better through our work. So thank you all for all the work that you do to make this world better. You are fulfilling the commandment of making some sacrifice to make the world a better place. Can you hear out some? It's God's will.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're moving on to reports. Well, Maida's not here. It's for Lake County United. Alice, do you want to talk? I know that you wanted to talk about the 6th grade. You want to talk about that now?
Yeah, just very briefly. So for the last, I don't know, is Lynn here? 2 or 3 years? We've been doing Tikkun Olam liaison with the 6th grade Love Learners. And so this year we've done 2 programs. We started out with Gratitude Generation, and then not too long ago, we did a presentation from our own refugee group to the 6th graders. It went so well. First of all, we met in the chapel, which was it was very conducive to the kids being good listeners and participating. And we had 4 presenters. I kind of introduced everybody and gave a little bit of background on the Rohingya family that we did that we co-sponsored in 2018. And then Sarah Pell spoke about the Congolese family, and Amy Plotnick spoke about the other Rohingya family, and Linda Muskin spoke about the Deerfield Free Store. And I think we had a really good response. Amy, you can chime in. And also, I think there were some really good questions from from the sixth graders. So I'm thinking we're connecting with them. We had planned to do a green group presentation, but the talking to Ashley Plotnick, their school calendar has gotten very full. So we're going to start out with the green group next school year. That's my report.
Okay. I am next with the Mitzdala event, April 19th, 7 to 9. It's starting off with a Havdalah, then moving on to the actual mitzvah event, which is with Gratitude Generation that Alice just talked. We've got 4 events, mitzvah projects planned. We're doing 4 Your Care Kits, which are personal care kits for individuals experiencing homelessness. We're assembling bracelet kits to be given to kids who have cancer. We're making plarn, which is plastic yarn that will later be crocheted into mats and given to people. And then we're making no-sew fleece blankets. And then, so that should last about an hour. And then the last half hour is going to be an oneg that, like, you know, a little, an oneg with some splash, as I'm calling it, more than the typical oneg. So, Vanessa, do you know when registration's actually opening for it?
Sammy's out of town. I'm waiting for her to get back.
When is she coming back?
Wednesday.
Okay. So
I
that's
mean,
what
I
we're,
put it in a long time ago.
I know. So that's our, we're just waiting for the registration to open.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys, it's all ages. I hope everyone can make it. Any questions about it? Oh, and Rich, we were thinking about having a table for voting for the World Zionist Congress there as well. And
I think I had it on the calendar.
yeah,
If not, I'll put it on the calendar. I
please.
went through the couple of calendar and tried to
Yeah.
pick events where it would be appropriate.
So yeah, we thought that we could have a table for that as well, so people can go and vote or get information.
Do you need help with it, Sophia?
No, yeah, I think we're all set. Gratitude Generation is actually running the events. They just need, the number of people, but we need registration to open for that. And then,
Special thanks to Stacy, who will be helping out. I'm out
Yeah.
of town that weekend, but it came down to me or Jay, and we figured Jay was
the Havdalah.
not that I can't do Havdalah, but we figured
Yeah.
Jay would be better at Havdalah.
Yeah. So Jay's gonna be leading Havdalah. We do have a committee, me and Lynn, and then Jill Klee is working with Stacy on the oneg. If anybody wants to bake, no nuts, but if anybody wants to bake, that we would take. I know.
It's right after Passover, so
Right.
I mean, right after Passover.
Yeah. So that would be, and you can, that would be helpful. So if anybody wants to bake, that would be great. Anybody wants to spread the word, that would be great too. So we're hoping to get a good, turnout. All right, any questions? Nope. All right, we're moving on to the agenda. Green group.
Is anybody here? If not, I can. Andy is having a colonoscopy tomorrow. I don't know if I agree with her or not, but she said she'd rather be at the meeting, but I try to take that. But yeah, so the adult sixth enrichment was Waco and the nature walker, the 2 things she wanted to mention, which are on this. If you haven't seen it, there's a sign that asks people to turn off their engines, waiting to pick up whether people are doing it or not. At least it's a start. And I think Alice mentioned you know, getting something green going with Love Learning. So she's working on a program with Faith in Place for an ambassador, but on that. It sounds like that timing will be next fall. So
Great.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and then we're moving on to the World Zionist Congress election, so.
We're voting. I mean, I think from what I can gather, we're doing well. I have not gotten any, yes.
My question, Rich, is Bob and I voted at home. How are we supposed to let you know that we voted?
Well, there's a secondary step that you were supposed to go to the URJ, confirm that you voted, and that's where you list in the Macomb.
Oh. I
Are
don't
you
know. I
tracking
don't know
that?
anything, but I don't know this secondary step. I mean, I just went directly to the world.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's not clear. You know, we just did a new flyer that emphasizes the secondary. You can, if you voted and have not registered your vote, I'll send something out afterwards that gives you the link to the URJ.
Okay, that'd be
You can
great.
do it anytime, so
Okay, that'd be great.
that's the only way I know how to track. I mean, I have a sense of how we're doing, but, you know, URJ is recording the votes and sending it out. And that's the only way we know. And
Okay, that'd be great.
and that's the only way, because they are not breaking down votes by congregation or anything. You know,
Oh.
so it's a secondary reporting method. But I will send it out to this group.
Okay.
Right after the meeting, because I'm not. Because I've got a QR code and a blurb, so it'll be easier to send it than try to post it in the
Just
chat.
to clarify that, the WZO is not categorizing it by congregations, right, or anything like that. So the only way that we know exactly how many people voted from our congregation is through those who report it to the URJ. So, and some people remember to do that, and some people, right? So that's not on any WZO information. That's only on our flyers, and any other reform movement flyers that are out there have the second QR code that will take you to the URJ website where you put in your name and your congregation, right? Um, so, so we have to assume that, well, in the end, we'll have done better than the number that they actually have at the URJ, but we want to get as accurate a number as we can, you know. So, because some of us have bet the over, you know, so we really need to know how many people voted.
I hope I do better on that. I hope I do better on that bet that I'm doing in the
In the basketball.
But that remains a mystery.
All right. Cereal box collection, Vanessa.
So again, all of that, it'll be in our Tikkun Olam email, which goes out this week. And I'm just asking everybody to bring the cereal boxes. I talked to Linda Muskin. She's picking up the underwear. Stacy says to me, she goes, "Hey, the underwear, I need someone to pick it up." Just sounded funny to me. Anyway, Linda's always great. And so that's going, the cereal is coming, and means Passover is around the corner.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Upcoming speakers and collections, Sharon.
Okay, I'll just backtrack a little bit. I just texted Maida. She's in California with her granddaughter and daughters. Anyway, she said it's not going to work out to be on the call, but I will say I don't know how many of you will get the emails, but we just got a Lake County United newsletter today with some updates on their housing, affordable, attainable housing initiatives, and information about other projects. They're working with Whittier School in Waukegan. So I think I'll just going to forward this to everybody on our committee, plus Alec Cooperman and Alan. There's been some questions about funding for Lake County United going forward. So I think I'll just forward this to everybody So just look for it in your mailbox just to see what's going on. It also talks about some training, but they were supposed to have an event a few weeks ago and I don't think they were able to get it organized. So we're still waiting to hear the new date. The other thing I got today, it's like make up the calendar, send it to Stacy, and then all these emails come in. But RAC Illinois is having a Let My People Act event on April 15th at Zoom at 7. It's on this calendar for our meeting to talk about immigration legislation that we're going to be working on. So I'll look for that, and hopefully a lot of us can sign up to attend. All right, as for upcoming speakers and collections, we are kind of done with speakers. Deerfield Free Store spoke at in March. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but I heard that went well. For April, there's an adult ed, like Rich mentioned, with
That's this
the
weekend.
Green Group and SWALCO, which is the Lake County Recycling Agency. And then Mitstala is on that our Friday night would have been April 18th, but we're doing the Saturday night event with Gratitude Generation. May, our weekend is confirmation. So there won't be anything. We're not doing summer, and we've been asked to just schedule for next year. So we'll, the programming committee will meet in June or something and start working on that, pick out which 4 dates. If, people will ask for input when people think, but what would be good to tie in on. So we're doing cereal this month and May. And then in June, we're going to be collecting stuffed animals for Lake County Children's Advocacy Center. This will be the 3rd year that we've done it. And I don't know if I mentioned this last time or not, but they have opened a new health clinic at their site. So not only are they going to be able to provide the counseling that they've been doing for children who are in abuse situations, but they're also going to be able to provide vaccines and examinations. And she said the stuffed animals will be really helpful for the children who go in the clinic also. So they're very appreciative that we're willing to do that again for them. So that's all I know now. Are there any questions? Yes, Lynn?
This isn't on the agenda, but and we'll know more in upcoming weeks, but the Deerfield Free Store is probably going to be making some changes just because the number of appointments of people coming in have dwindled quite a lot because of the current political climate and changes in immigration. And so they are looking for input. If there are possibly other organizations that would fit sort of their goals of helping people that are in need of household items, clothing, that sort of thing. Deerfield is going to open some low-income housing this summer, and possibly they can assist with that. They may also look toward aiding victims of domestic violence or other people that find themselves in need of household items that maybe are not strictly immigrants. Of course, it was started as a immigration assistance organization, and hopefully that can remain. But right now, people are not coming in for appointments for a variety of reasons. And so we'll know more.
I'm sure they're afraid to.
I'm sure they are. And, you know, the US is not letting people in right now. And often, you know, the Deerfield Free Store is getting people as they get their first apartment, and that's not happening on several levels. So it's not over by any means at all, but there may be some changes, and we'll know more in coming weeks and months. And I know I will still be volunteering there and such, but their mission may have to adapt a tiny bit. So they announced that today, and we'll know more soon.
All right. Is there anybody else that I've missed that has an update on something? Otherwise,
I'll mention two upcoming events. On May 7th, J Street is hosting a conversation that involves Michael Kaplow of the Israel Policy Forum and Amy Luckman, who used to be an aide to Chuck Schumer. It's May 7th, 6 and I might have sent you all the stuff. Part of, you know, Rabbi Ike, Andy and I, and Jack Kaplan are part of the host committee, so you might find it interesting. And June 11th is JCUA's Act of Change. You know, speaking of immigration, the two honorees are going to be Hayes and the Illinois Commission on Immigrant and Refugee Rights from ICER. So it ties into what RAC Illinois is trying to do. Because Jason, we've been working on the ICER platform for months now.
thank you. I don't know if everyone, if you read the agenda, Sharon put upcoming events for April, mostly, a couple, yeah, in April at the bottom. So just so people know, like we have the blood drive coming up, Stala, other things that weren't mentioned tonight. The Women of Macomb Shabbat service is April 25th. We talked about the RAC Illinois. We talked about the April 7th is the Green Team is meeting. April 6th is the Tov Good Deeds Day. That's Tov is through the JUF. They have it's like a mitzvah day. You could go online and sign up for different events. It's all ages if you're interested. We talked about Swalco. Also, April 6th, it's a popular date. You could pack or deliver. I think they're at the point of delivering food, Passover food to people. And then April 4th to the 7th is the Women of Reform Judaism Social Justice Conference. And we talked about the Nature Walk. So that's always at the end of the agenda. All right, next business date, next meeting date. Again, do you know when the board meeting is?
Let me see if I can decipher that.
The board meeting is April 14th. So,
I thought we
20
said we weren't meeting in April. Wasn't that what we were gonna do?
I don't know, did we?
Oh, I thought,
So if we want to meet, do we want to do the 21st?
I'm pretty sure there's no board meeting in May. Actually,
Yeah.
well, because this is actually the last one until the annual meeting.
Which, oh, yeah. I looked up the date for that.
The annual meeting, it's like May
Yeah.
7th or something.
Well, it's on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Um,
It's May 9th.
It's May 9th, yeah.
okay.
May 9th.
I'm out of town April 21st, but if Rabbi's here, and the 28th is
Rabbi
Rabbi
Moffat.
Evans
Yeah.
from Sinai to Society.
I know,
Yeah.
I thought we had said that we were gonna meet at the end of March and not meet in April. That was my recollection from last meeting, but
That sounds good to me.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like
It's
that's
only
what we already talked about all these
Everything.
different conflicts that,
So do we
And
want to
it's,
skip
it's
April?
essentially April at this point, so
Right.
maybe we skip
Exactly.
to May.
right, that,
Um,
exactly.
So do we
yeah.
want to skip to May?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. So May 19th is also, I have Rabbi Evan. So,
Oh, wait, oh. no.
and May 26th is Memorial Day. So May 12th would be it if we want to do a Monday. Unless I'm wrong on May 19th.
Yeah, it's Sinai to Society.
Yeah. So,
So
it
May
would be,
12th is good, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the 12th
Okay.
sounds good. That's,
okay.
you know, it's really only 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's do May 12th.
So that'd be good.
All right. That was a nice short meeting.
Yeah.
6 weeks. Yep.
All right.
I wish everybody a happy Pesach.
Yes.
Same to you.
and
It's
to
over
see
to
you
everybody.
Hag
around.
Sameach.
Yes.
And if not sooner, at the Mitzvah.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
bye, everybody. Don't forget
Bye.
to bring in your cereal.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.